Hey, so I'm the developer of Debit Media Manager in Zerg, and what I'm gonna show you right now is how to set up Zerg and yeah, so Debit Media Manager, Zerg, and Plex, and set it all up in a Windows machine. So right now I'm running I think Windows 11, um, and this is I think not so much of a fresh install, but yeah, like it doesn't have anything set up right now. And what else? Yeah, I'll just try to do it on Windows without doing anything on WSL, or not really doing anything Docker related. Just try to like set up everything on like a vanilla Windows install. Um, So I'm not really good with like explaining things, but I will try to like give you as much details as possible, and also try to go slowly as well. And yeah, I'll try to be like speak clearly and like explain clearly what I'm trying to do, right? So my first goal here is to the high level goal is to like connect real Debrid, your real Debrid account into Plex, right? So there's no Plex running here. It's only OBS for recording this and Chrome. But I have here a real Debrid machine, an account. Um, it's premium. It needs to be premium. And inside here, I think you also need to make sure that this thing is unchecked, this use my remote traffic. So yeah, just make sure it's premium, make sure that this is disabled, and yeah, everything else doesn't matter. So I already have a few torrents in here. This like a pretty big library. um, yeah, maybe I'll just show you on DMM. Okay. Let's see. Let's load up my library. Uh, all right, so a pretty big library. Almost 30,000 torrents, 600 plus terabytes. Um, and yeah, a lot of duplicates. Um, but yeah, I just use this for testing, um, like simulating a very big account when developing Zerg. And yeah, okay. So what do we want to do? Maybe let's add a few more boxes here. So essentially, you're gonna use, um, oops, you're gonna use, mm, where's this? What? Okay, so you're gonna use the website that I was showing earlier, DMM, to like load up torrents onto your real Debris account, and then on your computer, we're gonna set up Zerg. So Zerg connects to your real Debrid account to fetch all these torrents that I was showing you earlier, right? Like yeah, these like 25,000 torrents. Zerg will fetch all of them, and then it will expose a web server that you can mount using rclone. And then rclone will expose it to a let's just call it file system. Yeah, like yeah, that's a good way for centering that text. Okay, file system, and then Plex will be able to read your new files and directories on this file system, right? So going back here, Zerg, this is the web dev server. rclone, you use rclone to consume the web dev server and mount it into your file system. So something like Dropbox, right? And then Plex um, is your media server, and it will read all the videos on your file system and put it in your Plex library. And yeah, you'll be able to play them with a Plex client. All right, so yeah, let's try to do that by first downloading everything that we need. We don't need to set up DMM because it's not running inside our computer. What we need to do is set up Zerg, set up rclone, also set up Plex. All right, so yeah, let's do that. Here's Zerg. So you go to Zerg testing repo, and we should be able to download it here in releases. So we need this one. Okay, it's gonna show up as zipped, and then we can extract this here. Sure. Alright, so this is what Zerg looks like. It's just a binary, a program. And yeah, let's try. Yeah, so as you can see, you can do this, I think. No. How? So Zerg provides you some utilities. It's not just a web app server, but you can also use it to say like clear all your downloads, clear all torrents, um, do a network test. Actually, network test is yeah, it's kind of useless, so I removed that on the next version. Actually, let's use the newest version, which is in the private repo. So right now only sponsors can access this, but yeah, it's just a release candidate right now, and let's try this. Okay, so this one is the newer version. How do you know? How would you know? Is that like you can do this Zerg Zerg version, and then yeah, it will show you this, and then if you run this, yeah, so this is the new version, right? So let's just use this for my setup, and then we also need rclone. So in rclone, go to this website, and then we need the 64-bit version for Windows. And let's try to extract that as well. Okay, so rclone is here. Cool. Let's try to run rclone as well. Actually, let's move rclone. What? Let's move rclone into the same directory as Zerg. So yeah, so in this setup, we're gonna use version 1.66. So uh, I think yeah, that should work. And then lastly, we need Plex Media Server. So Plex has two applications, a media server and a client. And to play anything, you need both of them. So the server needs to run. Um, it needs to run all the time. I mean, not all the time, but when you need it. And then the client will connect to the server to fetch your library and play your files, right? So it cannot just run without without a server. Like when you download it on your phone or your like setup box and download like you open Plex in there, it will need a server that's running to do anything. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is like yeah, just use Plex Media Server, and then we're gonna use the website, the web client to like yeah play some stuffs later. Right, so yeah, with Plex Media Server, I'm just gonna use this version from the Microsoft Store, and yeah, reason being the Microsoft Store version I think comes with like auto updates, or probably not. I don't know actually. Like yeah, I just want to use this right now. Okay, what else? So earlier we did try to run Zerg, right? Zerg, and it says here that there's an error, and it means that yeah the system cannot find the file specified. So we don't have a config, and we need a config. So let's create a config, and to do that we just need a file. Um, oh, this is Windows, so yeah, probably touch wouldn't work. But yeah, it's a Linux command. What do we do? Um, I'm not so much used to like doing anything on Windows actually. Okay, don't need those. Um, all right, so we need a config, and that we can find on on the Zerg testing repo, right? So this Zerg testing repo, there's a config right here, and actually we can just copy this, and yeah, paste it in here. All right, now it's there. Um, let's also move everything into um, a different folder. So let's just cut this and go into say desktop. Alright, so let's do everything here. And now you should be able to run Zerg, I think. Oh no, of course, like we haven't set up anything here yet. So we'll do that right now. Let's go to real debrid. Right now what we're gonna do is get the token. So let's just refresh this and do this. And then, yeah, the host, the port, we don't need that. Username, password, it's gonna run on my local network. I don't need to set this up. I don't have a proxy. I don't need to change this. Yeah, this is good. Like this can stay at 10. Um, yeah, repair, sure. But for now, let's make it false. Um, what else? This one we don't need this because later we're gonna use this PowerShell script. This one. But yeah, right now let's just take it out, and then I'm just gonna do like shows and movies for now. Alright. To keep things simple. And yeah, I think that's it. Okay. So this is gonna run on your local host, local network. Expose everything on port 999. Um, okay, let's try to change the port just for fun. And yeah, I'm not gonna change anything else besides that. Then let's just try to run Zerg. So do you want to allow public and private? Yeah, of course. It says bad token. Why? Okay, so there's an error, and I think that's because I'm editing a different config. Let me open this with Notepad. Yep, exactly. Alright, so let's paste the new config here and then rerun this again. Alright, so now I think it's running. And write error. It says here that it cannot create the log file. So I'm just gonna like stop this from running. And why is it not able to create the log file? I don't know. It says write error. Why? It works. For some reason it's not working here. Well, I suppose this is an error with, I don't know. Let's try the other Zerg binary that we have. Let's rename this to, how do you rename? How do you rename a file now? Oh, here. Zerg new. Okay, and then let's try to get the old version here. Okay. And then we put it on the desktop. Alright, so let's try this. Okay, why is this working then? I don't know. Anyhow, let's just use this for now. Oh, probably it's because of the colon, right? Because in Windows, your file names cannot contain colon. Yeah, I need to fix that. Um, yeah. All right. Anyhow, let's just use the old version for now, and then yeah, try to set up everything in there. Yeah, this is gonna take some time because yeah, as you can see, I have a big library, but that's the reason why I wanted to use the new version because I kind of like optimized this library fetching mechanism and made it run like 4 threads in parallel, and yeah, like it goes way faster now. Yeah, as you can see, it's not even on the on like not even half of the torrents are fetched, and yeah. Um, Actually, maybe I'll show you how to build the mm, how to build Zerg on Windows, right? Yeah, that would be a cool exercise. Let's just try that. Next, next, install. Yes. So I don't think I have get here. Nope. But maybe I can do download the zip. Yep. Start. No, let's not do the main branch, but use this rewrite branch. And yep, this looks good. Okay, extract here. Alright, so this is what the Zerg source code looks like. And then I think I've installed Go already. So I think you could just do this cmd Zerg. And then it will build the latest version. And that's it. I think so. If this doesn't work, I don't know. But yeah, I think this will work. Yeah, this should work. I probably need to install FFmpeg as well because of the new media analysis feature. But yeah, it's not needed unless you're running it, right? So if you're not running media analysis, then you don't really need it. But yeah, let's just download this. What's this? Win64 GPL shared. Maybe this. Okay. Yeah, like there is this FF probe. This FF probe binary. We need this to do media analysis. And I don't know. I don't know how I can make it detected, but I need to probably include this in the path. Um, yeah, let's do that later. I just want to see if I'm able to. Yeah, it looks like I can run Go now. Okay, now what I want to do is like do a quick edit to remove the colon symbol on the log file name. That's not really planned. I mean, I'm doing this without a script, so forgive me. I'm just gonna do that quick edit. I think it's in uh, hmm, I think it's in logs. App.go, and then write this new logger. Okay, new logger. Where are you? Package, log util, factory. Right, this one. Okay. No, the name is, yeah. Let's just remove this time component for now. Let's remove the time component. And then, yeah, rebuild it. Okay. And then we will have a new I'm sorry that, okay. So now we can use this for our setup. All right. Okay. Let's replace this. Oh, I think it's because it's running. Yeah, as you can see, like it's still like fetching info right now. It's like just really slow. And yeah, I'm just gonna exit that. Try again. Okay, now it should be running the latest version, right? Let's try doing that actually. Open in terminal. Okay, Zerg. Yeah, now it works. Cool. So as you can see, it's fetching much faster. We can even make that faster because we fixed a lot of stuff already. We can do that by editing the config. And there's this get torrents limit, I think. If it's not here, then we can add it. Get torrents limit. Get torrents. Oh, I forgot. Let's just check the. Let's check what the config actually is. By going to here, I think it's get. Oh, it's not even here. What the heck? I forgot. Get torrent limit. Is that it? Get torrents count. Okay. So we can change get torrents count into, let's just put in maybe 1000. All right. Cool. And then yeah, this should run faster. No, it's not. Why? Code config.yml. Yeah, because it's different config again. It's getting complicated because I have too many things open. Override. Okay. Now it should really run faster. Like, what the heck? Zerg setup. What the heck? What am I doing wrong? Get torrents count. Well, yep, because I have that. Cool. Okay. Right, so as you can see, it's fetching 4,000 torrents at a time because it's 1,000 torrents on 4 threads. and all these four are running in parallel. And then, okay. I mean, now I'm like seeing these errors because this is the first time I've run this on Windows. And yeah, I know why it's erroring out. It's because the file name is not compatible with Windows itself. Okay. But yeah, I think we should be able to see the server now. Oh, it's not again like it's not 9999, which is the default. It's 12345, right? So, yep. Okay. So, we can see some stuffs here. We can see movies, right? Let's install VLC as well. Let's install VLC so that we can play um, URLs. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't need all of these. But for the sake of this video, let's just ignore anything else. Um, so these things actually work. Like if I copy this, like I could also download this like this, right? And you can see like I can download the file and it's fast, right? I mean, it's fast because it's like real debrid fast. It's not like Zerg is, yeah, it's fast to like download it. No, it's because it's real debrid. Zerg doesn't do any magic with like streaming the file. But yeah, let's cancel this. But yeah, what I wanna try to do here is let's pick a random movie. Let's do Space Odyssey. Let's copy the link. Let's open a network stream. Let's paste it here and then press play. And I should be able to play this. Right, like yeah, with subtitles even. Okay, for some reason it didn't allow me to seek, but it is playing. I don't know why. Maybe it's like a VLC thing. Um, but I don't know a better media player in Windows besides VLC. But yeah, it should like play just fine. That's what I'm saying. All right, so um, what do we do next? So we have Zerg running, right? Yeah, you can see here that the version it says here Docker now because we built it from scratch and this is what I have configured as default. And yeah, what else? Yeah, so a couple of like options, buttons that you can see here for uploading the logs. And you click that, it will upload the logs onto a remote location. And usually you can like put this in on our subreddit. On you can send this to me. Like yeah, you can use this for asking help from other people because this usually like super helpful. Um, to like figure out what's not working, whether it's Zerg or something else. And what else? You can reboot some things if something's like not working. You can do reboot of the worker pool or the refresh worker, repair worker. I mean, these are like technical stuffs, right? So you don't really need to deal with them unless something is really not working and someone asks you to do that. Uh, you can remount the downloads. Downloads are what you see here, and yeah, it's empty, right? But um, it's empty because it's not showing you the torrent downloads. I mean, that would just be weird because it doesn't help you if you just see the same torrent downloads. But if you say if say you have other stuffs here, and let's remount downloads. And I think it should show up now, right? So now it shows up. You can download the MP3 or the MP4, right? So yeah, that works. What else? You can dump torrents. So dumping is like a new feature that I just did for this new version. And yeah, what it does is it will send your Zerg torrent files into yeah, let's close this. I don't need that. Let's close this. Into the dump folder. And these files, you can share them with someone else who has a Zerg setup, and they can put this onto their dump folder as well, onto their dump directory. And that's equivalent to like copying your library, right? So even if they don't have this in their real debrid torrents page, these like torrents that you see right now, it will still show up on their Zerg mount because yeah, it's like you have them on their dump library. Right now it doesn't work. Like the workflow is not complete yet, but that's what I'm planning to do, like supporting that in the future. Like on this same version that I'm developing, and yeah. So right now it doesn't do anything. Like dump torrents means it will just create all these files in your library into your dump folder, and that's it. Okay. So yeah, it's basically just copying the torrents from here into here, right? So yeah. Okay, let's move on. Let's now set up rclone. And rclone, we also need the config file. And to simplify things, we're just gonna copy the config in here, and it's here, rclone.conf, right? So we need this. Okay, right, so let's open this again. Let's create a new file. Let's call it rclone.conf, and paste this. And then we change the details here. Needs to be 1345, and then we don't need to change anything else. And then we just need to check that if it's running. Okay. just use this. Oops, not the one file, but the binary. So let's try this. So yeah, as you can see, we have an existing remote and it's called Zerg, right? So now we can mount it. We can mount the remote that we just configured. And to do that, we need to run a mount command. And to know what the mount command is, we can just look at this docker compose file and copy this. Let's quit. So rclone and then paste, and then let's try. Something's not working. Allow not empty. Allow, yeah, allow. Okay, let's remove that. I think this also shouldn't work, so I'm just gonna do this. Mount failed. Seagull confused. Okay. It seems that there's a dependency for running mount commands on Windows, and we need to probably install this WinFSP, right? So let's just do a search of that. I'm just gonna like download the installer and okay, I don't know if I need everything. I'm just gonna install everything. Okay, now I've installed it. What else? What else is next? Let's try running it again, maybe. Okay, so it says service rclone has been started. And what happens next is you can see Zerg here. We can see our movies. Let's try opening it. It works. Right?
Identifier ce sang.
Renvoyer. Right? This is the one that we downloaded earlier from YouTube. I think other websites are supported as well, but let's just pick something from YouTube Music.
When your legs don't work like they used to before.
What? Yeah, alright, so here. Real debrid. Okay. And then I'll try to like remount it again. Remount downloads. So every time you like refresh downloads, you have to remount it, or else you have to wait for I think 60 minutes. There's some config in here about refreshing the download mount, but yeah, let's see. So as you can see, it appears immediately here. I don't know what's the difference, but yeah, let's just open one of them. One is MP3, one is MP4, I suppose. It says this may be corrupt. So yeah, I don't know why the MP3 is corrupt. Both of them is corrupt. Probably that's something on Zerg, not on the file itself. I need to check that. Let's just check the shows then. There's a popular anime. Let's try this. Alright. It loads like a local file, right? Like it's really crazy fast. I mean, you could attribute that to Zerg and real Debrid as well, but yeah, like that's how Zerg works. Now Plex, right? So we installed Plex earlier, and now we're gonna set it up. And yeah, all right. I opened Plex already. I think it should start. Um, okay, so it we're gonna like set up a new Plex server, and yeah, let's see how that works. So new Plex setup. Probably not. Add library. So movies. Alright, so it's trying to load all the directories. Okay, add. And then click add library. Okay, now it's, yeah, let's wait. Okay, click next and then done. Alright, so now it will load up things in here. Now we need to set up the other server, which is, I mean, the other directory, which is shows. Okay, let's wait. There are additional rclone settings that we can add on the mount command to make these things load faster. But yeah, like for the simplicity of this setup, let's not do that. Okay. Um, I click on add library already. Let's just wait for that to finish. And I'm not sure if you can hear my machine's fan, but yeah, it's crazy right now. It's crazy loud. Hmm. Alright, so this will just keep on scanning the folder and add it into this library. But while it's doing that, we can actually start watching things already as well. So as I was saying earlier, like we need a Plex client and a Plex server, right? So Plex server is already running in the background, as you can see here. And now we have the web client, which is running on the browser, right? So in order for you to play things on the browser, the file needs to be compatible with it. If not, it will do transcoding automatically. So transcoding means converting it to a format that's compatible to what the client supports. Right, so it also can mean transcoding to a different quality, like a lower resolution. Say you're like outside your house and you're streaming from your Plex server at home, and you're on mobile data, and we know like mobile data, there's like a bandwidth limit, right? So it's probably better to have like a lower resolution when playing things, not the whole like 60 gigabyte file. It will do some transcoding, and you will know you can only do transcoding, hardware transcoding, if you're on Plex Pass, which is like the premium Plex. If you're not on Plex Pass, it will do software transcoding, which is way slower. But yeah, I don't really recommend doing that. It's kind of useless actually. Um, but yeah, like you will know if it's transcoding or not if you go on the details, like this one, right? So I think this one is not being transcoded. I'm not sure. Probably it's not. Mm, yeah, it always says original. I'm not sure. Okay, anyhow. So now I've shown you how Zerg connects to your real Debrid account, and then rclone mounts Zerg onto your file system, and then Plex being able to read whatever is on that file system, right? So I think I'm gonna stop there for now. I've been recording a long time already, but yeah, that's it. It's almost 1 hour. So yeah,